Listen up, there's a climate crisis. It's urgent. It affects us all. Shouldn't the government be doing more? I mean, look, you've heard of Greta Thunberg, that Swedish schoolgirl. Well, she says, why go to school to learn things if there's no future? And then there's Extinction Rebellion over Easter. For the 2 weeks over Easter, Extinction Rebellion were trying to blockade London. They were blocking the roads. And they said, basically, the government must tell the truth that there is a climate emergency, that the government must publish plans for dealing with the climate emergency, that the government must also set up a citizens' assembly to decide where we go forward. But the key issue is climate change, because if we don't have a planet, we don't have anywhere to live, we don't have anything to clean up. What causes climate change? You remember global warming. The sun shines down on the Earth, and most of the heat and light that hits the Earth radiates back out into space. But we have a layer of greenhouse gases around the planet, and that traps some of the heat, and that means that the surface of the Earth is warm enough to support life. The problem is that this greenhouse gas layer is getting thicker, and that means we're retaining more heat. And what are the consequences? Heat. Heat melts the polar ice caps. Heat means that the oceans expand because warm water takes more space than cold water. It means that sea level rises, that coastal communities are at risk. Heat. Think of heat as the energy which drives our weather systems, which is what's causing the extreme weather that we're seeing, because there's more heat, there's more energy. But the other side of heat, of course, is drought, desertification. And again, it destroys crops, destroys livelihoods, turns people into refugees. When we use energy, we are creating a carbon footprint. So that means that anything you eat, use, or wear has a carbon footprint home. Even a glass of water has a carbon footprint, because you require energy to take the water to the treatment plant, to deliver it to your tap. And when you're finished with it, it goes back down the drain. Energy is required to process it and pump it away. So, what can I do? What can you do? There's a lot of things you can do. There's so many things you can do. I made a list. But the most important thing that governments can do, should do, is work internationally, because we need an international level playing field. They need to work with 190 odd countries that signed the Paris Agreement in 2015, and urge them to keep, not only to keep, but to exceed the targets which were set, because only by doing that will we keep global warming within the 1.5 degrees, which the IPCC says is the crucial level to avoid the tipping point and runaway global heating. There will be no jobs on a dead planet. If we want a sustainable future, if we want any future, we need to act. We need to act now. Are we doing this for our grandchildren? No. Are we doing this for our children? No. This is an urgent and immediate crisis. We're doing this for ourselves. So let's do it. If you want a sustainable future, any future, let's start now.
Thank you very much.